Smell what the
Kank
is cooking.
It's Friday the 3rd of April 2020 and welcome to the COVID-19 Daily Update. My name is Umar Kankia, also known as the Kank. Going to be a shorter one than normal because there's not much more that the government added to what was said yesterday, which was a pretty big press conference. Matt Hancock, the Health Secretary, was again on hand to deliver the information today. So sadly, overnight we've had 689 people that have died as a result of COVID-19, which brings the totals up to 3,265 in the UK itself. The biggest takeaways from the update this evening was that NHS Nightingale in East London is now open. It was officially opened by His Royal Highness Prince Charles via the video link, and it has the capacity to take up to 4,000 people if it's needed, but at the moment it'll be 500 beds that will be made available. There are plans to also make bed space available in places like Glasgow, Manchester, Bristol, Cardiff and Belfast as well. So if there is a need for intensive care beds, then the government have built in the capacity to do so. The government also looking to get more by way of PPE and trying to get those delivered across the board to the frontline staff that need them. The other thing that came out was that Prime Minister Boris Johnson continues to suffer from symptoms of COVID-19. His temperature is still high, so therefore he will continue to self-isolate in this time. The last most important critical message that came out of this update was the fact that the government was saying that obviously we're aware that the weather is due to be a lot warmer over the course of the weekend, but it's absolutely imperative that we continue to observe the guidelines that have been put out there in terms of staying in, social distancing, not trying to make plans to go down to the seaside or down to the beach, not trying to congregate in parks or have barbecues, etc. Let's not forget that the COVID bill that was passed last week does give the police powers of disbursement as well as powers to fine people who choose to flout the law. So my advice is, as frustrating as it may be, best to obviously try and contain things and stay on point, stay on guard, stay at home and stay safe. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend and I'll speak to you again next week. Bye. Thank you very much for listening to my COVID-19 daily update. Remember, in these important times, we need to stay at home, we need to look after ourselves, look after our own well-being. And as the UK government have said, stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives. And that's the bottom line because the Kank said so.